NINJAKEES.
Yo ninjas, welcome back to the show. NINJABOX, Ishhhh, how are you doing and what did you guys eat today? Yes!
Spoiler warning! If you haven't read the first few pages of Party Time and you don't want to see or hear any spoilers, you can read them here. ninjakees.com/partytime. Also the link will be in the description. If you have read it or you don't care about spoilers at all, please continue.
So a little while ago, 4 months, got a question from my fellow ninja mate Jeffrey on YouTube. So the question was: Hey ninja, how did you start drawing and how do you inspire yourself? Like, where do you get your inspiration from? So I thought this was a really good question and right now finally got to the point to answer it. So yeah, Jeffrey, thank you for the question. Really great question. And in this video gonna talk about it while drawing stuff for party time. So Ninja-chan, what was the question again?
Hey Ninja, how did you start drawing and how do you inspire yourself? Like, where do you get your inspiration from?
Ah yeah. Alright, I think we got it, yeah. Right Ninja-chan?
That is right, NINJAKEES.
Yeah, so
I think I might be a good idea to break the question apart first,
okay,
so the ninjas can understand it better.
Okay. Yeah, so I just hired Ninja-chan to work with me here at the NINJAKEES studio, so yeah, that's really great to have her here helping me with some stuff. Thumbs up for Ninja-chan! Right Ninja-chan?
You slimy ninja shit. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Am I funny?
Alright.
Let's start the question, NINJAKEES.
Okay, so let's break it apart first. How did you start drawing? Well, I started drawing like the age of 4 or something. I'm not too sure exactly. Probably when I could hold a pencil. Yeah, since then I always drew. Like my whole life from that point. Maybe not always 24/7 or like really seriously. But a lot of times for fun. And still doing it for the main reason because it's fun, you know? Like one of the main reasons. Like doing something you enjoy, so that's mostly why I draw. And yeah, so I started drawing yeah, really early. Yeah, and back in the days I also was praised on the lower school. Still am really happy for that, and I guess that's also sort of a motivation to keep going, you know, if you get praised for something you do. And then yeah, that's really really awesome. How do you inspire yourself? So how I am inspiring myself, or where I get my inspiration from, is basically the things that inspire me. Yeah. No, but really, like, what inspires me is my main inspirations, my two biggest main inspiration is Dragon Ball and One Piece, because I really love those shows. Not only those, of course, but those are my main inspirations when drawing Party Time. But not only those. Like, I like a lot of other stuff next to that, but those are the main kind of thing. Like, because back in the day, since like the age of 10 or something, like Dragon Ball appeared on television over here, and since then I really enjoyed it and also copied, like I had these trading cards of Dragon Ball and copied the drawings, like drawing Dragon Ball stuff myself. And yeah, since then, since it appeared on television, I really loved to watch it, and like every day running from 5 o'clock PM to home after school, or when like I went playing outside with my fellow ninja mates, at those times went running back home to not miss the show. So where my inspirations come is in many shapes, forms and ways. Like two of my main inspirations for Party Time are Dragon Ball and One Piece. Those are my biggest inspirations to create manga, but nonetheless that's not the only things that inspire me to create it. When creating manga, I also really love to see other mangaka or manga artists that create their manga stuff. For example, with Jump Ryu, that's like a Japanese kind of thing, where famous manga artists from Japan, like from Dragon Ball, One Piece, One Punch Man, Boku no Hero, Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Lots of people have their progress of making manga. They made it into a DVD, and I watch those kinds of things, or other manga artists that make manga. So watching them make their manga is really inspiring to me to make my own manga. Watching their progress and how they make their manga, and then that's how I learn to make my own manga, but that really inspires me to create my own manga as well. Also watching other manga, and sometimes here and there when I see other artists, like other fellow ninja mates or other artists that really also make their own stuff, their work ethic also inspires me to work harder. And also motivational speakers like Gary Vee or Simon Sinek, the motivational speakers about success and stuff, how you can reach certain things. Like, I think it's important to keep on learning when you want to create stuff, want to stand on your own, you know, with the stuff that you create. Those are also my inspirations, and sometimes it's just putting pen on paper. Like, just do it, just go with it. Sometimes when I force myself to draw, you have to do it. Like, it doesn't always turn out that great. I can draw better when I do it because I want to do it, you know? Not because someone tells me to do it. Sometimes you have to tell yourself to do it. Tell yourself that you want to do it, I guess. It depends on each thing, you know? Like, sometimes you have to do things that maybe you don't really want to do it, or like, for example, I made a Sint Ninja class drawing because over here it was the time of Sinterklaas, Saint Nicholas. It's an holiday kind of event, and then at those times I wanted, you have to do it at the time when the moment is there, you know. So I still enjoy to do it, but it's like maybe different. But I really enjoy drawing stuff that is fun. But the most fun is still drawing party time for me. Yeah, and sometimes it depends really. Sometimes the drawing doesn't really go as you want it to be, and then also when doing that, it's really handy to watch other artists that do it better than you, or have elements that you can learn from, how to improve your own stuff. And sometimes even movies or series or something, you have sometimes elements in TV shows, movies, whatever entertainment, or maybe even real life stuff, like that inspire to do your own stuff. Or sometimes you just got an idea popped inside of your mind, and then you have to just put it on paper. And sometimes when you're stuck, you're not inspired, just checking out other people's work, like art books, stuff like that, that you think that is cool, and then by looking at those, being inspired, and then want to do my own stuff, you know? I guess you sometimes need your internal inspiration sources and external, but in the end you just have to do it, you know, inspired or not. Sometimes you just have to put pen on paper. Don't judge it whether it's good or not, just for practice. Yeah, but with the real drawings, the final drawings, you really have to make the sketch solid first. And I think also big inspiration for me is having a certain amount of imagination, like romanticization, like this sort of visualization in your mind. Like, I want to draw this, like you can see it already in your mind, and then try to pop it yourself on paper. Like, just imagination, visualization, and that romanticization. Like, for example, with dinosaurs, there's evidence that dinosaurs are being found, right? So you can imagine like all these colossal creatures, these titanic big beasts walked around the earth long time ago on this planet. And then you can imagine great stuff of that, right? Just thinking about it, like, holy shit, these big ass creatures walked across our planet. And with that you get a great imagination, visualization in your brain. And then by having that is also an inspiration to put your own stuff on paper, at least with me, you know? Like, even sometimes when people say something, a sentence, a line that sparkles that visualization, imagination in your mind, and that also triggers to make your own great stuff, you know, to make your own stuff. It can come in any shape, form and way, you know. That's the great thing about creative stuff. You can make what you want it to be if you have the abilities, and if you don't have it yet, you can learn it. And also it's important to know what kind of end result you want to have, so that you can focus your brain, little things that connect your brain dots. Like, if you think all these things getting connected with these brain waves, and then, you know, it can be a simple a line or text, like with the dinosaurs, like you already imagine something if you hear that word. And each has their own imagination, like 10,000s of words or imagination things get in your brain, and then, you know, what do you do with that thing? So inspiration starts, I guess, also from imagination and visualization, this romanticization about stuff. Yeah, I think that is also a big chunk of what inspires me to create stuff. And of course the work ethic of other people that do great things, or maybe even they haven't achieved what they wanted yet, but their work ethic, that inspires me as well to do it as well, like making great stuff for the world. Or yeah, what I think is the best what you can do, yeah, with the abilities you have at that moment, and then improving the ladder, improving your level of skill, like I guess time and space is a big deal too. Just keep going at it, making stuff happen. That is really great, man. That inspires me as well. And also people that did great things in life, you know, like people that achieved great stuff. Or yeah, like what do you want to do with your life? What is your legacy? You know, like why do you live? What do you want to leave something behind? What do you want to leave behind on this planet? Maybe you don't give a shit. But that's each their own, right? Yeah, even with these videos. Maybe if YouTube is already dead in a million years. But like I think it's great that you can leave something behind. You know, that people have some value of it. So they can have elements that they can take from what you did and build on top of that. For example, with a wheel, like back in the days they had invented a wheel, but I don't think it's necessary to invent another wheel, but to build on top of it, like build further on it, evolve from it, make stuff, like so they make cars later and other stuff with wheels, you know, it evolves from time to time. And I think like with the manga stuff, many people, like Osamu Tezuka was like the god of manga, or they call him the god of manga, the one who started that whole thing, you know, even being inspired from Disney, like from what I've heard, like back in the days Osamu Tezuka drew smaller eyes on the characters, but then Disney said to Osamu Tezuka like, hey, you should draw the eyes a little bit bigger to show more expression in their faces. So that's like, oh yeah, I can do that. So that, you know, inspire each other, yeah, that stuff. Like even sometimes when talking to people about your stuff can inspire, even with a fellow ninja mate. You have just a chat about what you're doing, what they're doing, and then you get triggered, sparkled, you know, to do more of your own stuff. Things that I like inspire me. The taste, things I love. Like I love ninjas and dinosaurs and manga, Dragon Ball, One Piece, lots of things. Right, Ninja-chan?
That is right, NINJAKEES.
And Ninja-chan, of course. Yeah, lots of things that even life itself. Things happen in life and you can do stuff with it. Like everything that made you as you are. That's like also a building block for what you create. Or that's what I believe. Like everything, whether you choose you want to put it in your stuff or not, it's still a sort of a block. Like you have to make the decision that you won't or do put that stuff in the stuff you create. It can come in all ways, and that's great about creative stuff. So many things that can inspire you. There's not really one specific answer that inspires me. Sometimes you just have to do it, you know. I guess art blocks happen sometimes. I guess it is each their own person, you know, how they think. It's maybe also the mindset. Just doing is the, I guess, the easy answer. Like, you don't really need inspiration. You just have to do it. Just get on it. Don't make excuses. Just do it. And this is also advice to myself. And don't think too much whether it's good or not. Depending, of course. Like, If you give it your 100%, your best effort in that piece with the abilities you have at that moment, like you don't want to draw one piece for like till you're 90 years old, you know, like a single art piece, for example. At least I don't want to do that. Maybe you'd want to do that. Like there are art masters probably that work on one piece for like years and years and years. I think there's also a time limit you have, because you only live this long on Earth. And I want to make a manga series that people love to read. I cannot spend 20 years on a single page, for example, or 50 years on a single page, perfecting that one page. Sometimes you just have to have a sort of time limit for what you want to create. And then just go, man, go with it. Go do it. Yes, action. Action, just do it. So, yeah. So as a conclusion, people that draw what I want to draw or something in that category inspire me, and people that are making lots of stuff all the time, even if they are just still rookies or still not really known by the world, it's still really awesome to see that work ethic and just life itself, you know, life itself, people that do great things or aiming for that, or I guess there's no real word to sum up like this, and this is where my inspirations come from. It's not one answer, it's not black and white, it's grayscale. Yeah, so I guess that's most of it where my inspirations come from. But there is some sort of a baseline. Thank you very much, ninjas, for watching this video once again. I hope it somewhat helped with the question and maybe you guys learned something from it. Also, thank you very much all the new patrons that joined. Bruce Bumby and Reed Bus, thank you very much for joining the list and joining the 13 party stars. Yes! Thank you very much all the patrons that support me every single time and the people on the party jar. And thank you everybody for watching this video and helping me in any way, shape or form, whether it's liking, commenting, anything. Thank you very much, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can ask it in the comments below, or you can drop it at the social medias with the hashtag AnswerMeNinjaKees.
Zagen en hakken, hopla eruit.
Yeah, ninjas, thank you very much for watching once again. NINJABOX, digitally, and see you guys the next time. Kees out.
Choose your ways for more NINJAKEES.
Become a ninja.
You can seek me anywhere by the name NINJAKEES. Sneak nin nin, Gabber in is Nick.